Good morning. I have had such a busy weekend because my parents and my brother have been here with the dog. Hang on, take a look at those cats. Always have to show you them when they're on top form. So I've just been doing a bit of cleaning, working. I'm on my lunch break now. But I thought I would take you through what I've read in the past week. It's been quite a light week, however. I read something really lovely and I wanted to share it. Alfie the Doorstep Cat. Now, this looks like a children's book, but it's not. It's actually about different residents that live on a street. We have Claire, who is a bit unlucky in love, and I'm going to turn the cat's fountain on, so apologise if you can hear the trickle. I did turn it off to record this, but she started trying to flick the water out of it. So we have Claire, who is a bit unlucky in love. She has left a marriage because it's fallen apart and she's in a bit of an abusive relationship now. We have Jonathan, who is going after one night stand after one night stand and not really falling for the right person. He's had a career failure. He's moved all the way back from Singapore to the UK. And Alfie the Doorstep Cat, who his owner has died, and their family weren't able to take him in. They were going to put him in a shelter. He's decided, I'm going to go on the run. I'm going to find a new family. And instead, he finds 4 families on this street. We also have a new young mum who's struggling with postpartum depression and feeling of isolation because she's moved from Manchester to London. We have a family who have moved from Poland in the hopes of finding a better job and making a better life for themselves in the UK, and they're really struggling to fit in. And they have a neighbour or somebody that lives nearby, who is being racist to them. And what we see is Alfie just being the sort of glue that holds people together and holds the street together, and it's just the most sweetest, most gorgeous thing ever. And I believe the owner's cat is called Alfie as well, but is a girl. I think she calls it Lady A, her Lady A. And we have our own Lady P, Lady Penelope. So I can certainly appreciate that. This was just, I'd had a little bit of a stressful week. I think there was a lot going on lately. And, when you just read something really gorgeous that makes you feel so happy, it's been absolutely lovely, and I'm really, really, really happy that I picked this up. I got it in Asda. I was just walking down the aisle and I saw it and I thought, it's not a massively thick book, but it's, it kept me company during a busy week. I've also started Sam McCleave's False Witness. There's my stickers. So this is the Marshals of Snowdonia series, and this is book 2. It's a series that, to be honest, passed me by because I love all of his books, and this is just as good. I just find he's a really, really tight storyteller, great for crime thrillers. He has that pacing. Nothing is longer than it needs to be, and I'm hoping I enjoy this as much as I enjoyed the first one, because I loved the first one. It's essentially about a retired detective, and in the first one, a friend that he makes, his wife is suffering from dementia. His daughter's just moved home as she's fled an abusive relationship with his grandson, and we start to see the way he is happy sort of skirting around the law in order for the greater good to take place. And I think you don't get that normally in a lot of formulaic crime fiction. You don't tend to have that same morally dubious detective. I know there are plenty of examples of it, but it's fabulous. It's really good. This is a shorter update than normal, but I will take you through writing as well, because that hasn't been going as well. But I am planning to get on top and draft a whole novel this November. So let's go take a look at that. So I thought I would give you an update on how things are going. So I'm going to open Scrivener. Now, I have not, it's the 3rd of November. I have not written a massive amount. This is because I just had such a busy week and my parents were down. So I need to find a good routine, and I will need to write a little bit more every day in order to meet the word count. So let's have a look at what I've got so far. My total project word count is, let's do statistics. Here we go. So if we zoom in, we're on 2,679. So I'm a little bit behind for completing everything in November. However, I am very optimistic that I can get there because I've done it before. So obviously, NaNoWriMo is not a thing anymore. It's totally gone. And in its place, someone has, well, lots of people have set up alternatives, but someone has set up a really nice one, at least I think. And I saw her on YouTube. I found someone called Heart Breathings, and she's an author. I think she's an indie author. She posts online, and she has set up. It's not like a program, but she set up an online tool. I think her husband helped her set the website up. She was talking about it, and it's called the Rough Draft Challenge. And I think this is, to be honest, the best way of looking at it. So I have signed up. So if I put my email address in, and I just log in. Okay. Just so I can show you, just so I didn't have to put my password in on camera. So it's a really, really simple page, which I think is, to be honest, all you need. And then I'm doing this month, name of your project. Obviously mine is, I'm going to put untitled for now. My goal, 50,000, yeah. And it automatically defaults you to the tiers. There's different tiers for as many words as you want to write, which I think is quite a nice touch, it's quite interesting. A link to your cover image. I don't have one, so I'm not going to bother with that, but I'm going to create project, and here I go. So I have, that's your trajectory if you were to do, I think it's 1,667 a day, obviously because it's the 3rd, I need to write 1,852 a day. But I'm going to update words, and what was I on? 2679. So if I do 2679 and then click save, I need to write 1,753 words per day. So that's given me my new trajectory, which is a bit more manageable. And if I can get a little bit over today, then that sort of solves that problem. So yeah, I'm doing rough draft, the Rough Draft Challenge. So that's roughdraftchallenge.com. And yeah, it's a nice, simple tool that helps you keep track of things, similar to NaNoWriMo, but obviously without all of the controversy, without any of the Gen AI stuff, which, I mean, I just don't know how they were so willing to destroy their legacy, especially after controversy with supporting Gen AI, given what that could do to authors' livelihoods and careers and, people's capacity to actually write stuff. So there's my opinion on it. So this is hopefully a good tool. Time will tell. I will say, for me, NaNoWriMo, it wasn't the website that really kept me going. I'm going to fill out in my diary, I have a Hobonichi this year, I'm going to fill out like each day, because my most used section are my data views. I'm going to fill out on there what my goal is and a brief note on when and how it's going, essentially. Just like that. That was the first. Ended up, obviously, I got more than this, but I didn't write on the Saturday and Sunday because I had family here. So we have a lot to make up for today, so I best get to it because I have 45 minutes of my lunch break left. But let me know if you're doing anything like Rough Draft November, Rough Draft Challenge this November, if you've ever done NaNoWriMo before. I've done it a couple of times. I think I've finished 2 books doing NaNoWriMo, none of which I've ever done anything with. That's my problem. So I'm hoping this time round I have the confidence afterwards to sort of like tidy it up, edit it, do something with it, either query with it or self-publish or something. So hopefully, through these, I'll document that experience. Let me know if you've ever done it before. Let me know what your project was. Share your books below, especially if it's anything that you think I'd be interested in, or you just want to share it. Post it below, and let me know what you've been reading. Hopefully, it's a gorgeous week for you. I recommend as the season turns, you either get into the spooky books or get into something comforting and lovely. Have a good week.